Hello, Dale here from Mark Hi-Fi. I finally got an integrated amp, and this happens. If you've been following my channel, you know a few weeks back I sold all my gear trying to downsize. I want to go with a one box solution to where I could just plug my turntable in and go from there and not have so many cords, cables, a bunch of boxes. And I have gotten lots of great suggestions from all you guys, tons of comments, and that's great. I appreciate it. And I've kind of narrowed down everything to Luxman, Accuphase, or Macintosh. So this last week, I found an integrated. And I'm not going to say which brand or which store, what have you, because I'm still looking for an integrated amp. But I got one, put a $500 down deposit on it, and I was going to travel a couple hundred miles to go pick it up, pay the balance. And I believe I purchased it on Monday or Tuesday, or held the deposit down Monday or Tuesday. Friday, I contacted the dealer, said, hey, I'm coming with a cashier's check. I should be there around noon or whatever. And I got a call back. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Clark. Something happened. We made a mistake. That amp was for somebody who actually ordered it. And the stock person who let me know we had one in stock wasn't aware of that. Which could be true. I'm not saying it isn't. But I'm thinking, oh, great. So, I was kind of bummed about that. And but now I'm back again looking. And a couple things, observations here. This particular dealer said, hey, we've got a Rotel Michi integrated amp. And, it's a fine integrated amp, which I said it was, but that's not what I was looking for. And then a couple weeks back, I contacted a dealer for another brand and inquired about ordering a component. He says, well, it's going to take a while to order, but he says, hey, I can do you a good deal on this Rotel Michi integrated amp. So I don't know if Rotel has some type of incentive thing going, or they're just not selling. I know there's when I checked this week, when I get my update this week, I thought I saw 3 or 4, either the Michi 3 or Michi 5 integrateds for sale. So it's not what I'm really looking for. I'm sure it's a great amp, but it's not what I'm looking for. My search continues. So I'm thinking now of just keep saving more money, and I might go up the ladder a little bit, get something even nicer. But it's just kind of frustrating. A lot of these dealers can't get inventory due to the shipping issues and the chip shortages and labor issues and COVID and everything else. So I can see how that's frustrating. So right now I got the new Jimi Hendrix Analog Production one step in. I got the John Coltrane Super Sense lacquer in, and I have no way of playing it. I was going to review those 2 records, but I have no way of playing it because I have no amplifier. And I actually sold my phono preamp. Somebody contacted me, made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I sold it. So if this goes on a week or so, I may just have to go and there's a couple things I'm doing right now. We have deck speakers and overhead speakers built into our kitchen, and I've got an old in the back. I've got a Yamaha receiver feeding one, and I think it's an audio source, some old big audio source amp feeding the other. And I'm actually wanting to get a smaller, Class D amp that's not so bulky to replace the audio source. And I might get something like that as a bridge until I get my final amplifier and just put it in. Maybe it has a phono pre in it. And that way, at least I can listen to some stuff over here. Right now, I'm listening to stuff on my studio monitors, which sounds fine. But, I miss kind of coming down here and sitting in my chair and listening to my system. Luckily, I'm really busy this time of year, so it's not that big of a deal. But hopefully here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be able to find a integrated that that I can live with and be happy with for the next couple years. Resale value is very important to me. You know, audio, just like cars, is a depreciating asset. So it's really not an investment. You can't see it as that. But if I change my mind in a couple of years, I don't want to take as big of a hit with a brand that's maybe more like a mass market brand, you know, like Pioneer or something like that, that's really going to be worth, you know, not even a third of what you paid for or 25% of what you paid for. Besides that, there's nothing new going on. Now, their Blue Note is going to release the John Coltrane Blue Train Tone Poet. It's going to be like an expanded special edition. Joe Harley said that in one of his interviews here recently. And I don't know if that's going to be out by the end of the year. I suspect it will be. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm guessing it's probably going to have the content that was in the Blue Train Special Edition back in the 90s that had extra alternate takes. And I got a feeling they'll put that in like a special box set. And then eventually just take the regular single album and release that as a classic series after the box set kind of wears off. So with that coming up. And I'm also looking forward to playing my Super Sense of John Coltrane's Love Supreme. It's a made one at a time lacquer off a safety copy that they have over in, I believe it's Germany. And I was going to do some sound clips, and I was going to compare it to the actual Analog Productions recent Love Supreme and see what you get for the difference in money. Now, the lacquers aren't really a long-term thing. You can't play them like a record for over time because they will wear out a little faster, a lot softer. But I hear the sound quality is fantastic when you get one that hasn't been played much. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And of course, the Hendrix One Step from Analog Productions. I'm looking forward to listening to that too. So please keep your comments coming. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow us over on Instagram. Also, like I said earlier, we're going to eventually have a Facebook group, Arc Hi-Fi Facebook group for audiophiles to chat. And check back next week. I may have some updates on hopefully a new integrated amp soon. My goal was to have my new integrated amp and do just like a preview of it while I was breaking it in, showing you. And then next week do a formal review of it after, you know, it broke in for a few hours. But things got changed. So with that, have a great week, and thanks for watching.